really doesn't matter, pero sige.
Ayan na, nag-go live na ako.
Hmm.
So,
So, naka-live na yan. Uh, Maybe to see. Yan, naka-live na siya.
okay na. So, I'm putting you off now.
Sige po.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
Sige po. No worries.
Hey, hello, good evening once again. So, paki-check po ulit natin. Am I working okay? Is my audio okay? And is my video okay? So, yeah, let me know. Okay, so Arapok Vivian, sabi niya, hello ma'am. So, mukhang wala nang problema. Good morning from Kuwait. So, I think wala na tayong problema. Everyone can hear me now? Can hear me okay? No more feedback? All right. So, I think everyone can hear me now. Wala nang echo, wala nang kung ano-ano pang issue. Okay. So, yeah, good evening everyone. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Actually, gabi na. Medyo extended tayo. So, imbis na 6 to 6:30, baka matapos tayo ng medyo later now because we're starting a bit late. I'm really sorry for that. So, ayun, sabi ni Carl, ni Nikki, okay na daw. So, siya yung ating ano dito, siya ang ating technical support and my all-rounder si Nikki is our legal researcher, he's our technical person, and he's our PhD student. So I'm very proud of Nikki and or Carl. I call him Carl. I don't call him Nikki. But anyway, so ayan. So thank you very much, Carl, for all the help, and hopefully we'll be okay until the end, no? So again, happy New Year po sa lahat sa inyo. And this is our first episode for 2022. So tapos na po tayo sa season 1. Last year we did 13 episodes about Australian visa and application. So this week we are probably be going to have at least 40 episodes for this year. That is to consider all the other breaks that we are going to have. We have 52 weeks in a year. So, yeah. So, ganun po ang gagawin natin. So, this is every Wednesday. In normal condition, we should be starting at 6 o'clock and finishing at 6:30. But because we have some technical issues tonight, so we will be probably be ending a little bit late. So, maraming salamat po. So, today's topic is employer-sponsored visa, which we are going to tackle the Subclass 407, the training visa, the Subclass 482, the TSS, and Subclass 186, the ENS, and the 494 SESR. So, mamaya malalaman nyo anong mga ibig sabihin yan, ano? Pero I don't think we can cover all of those four visa subclasses. No, they're quite big. So what we're going to do for this month is to actually be concentrating on employer-sponsored visa. So today, ang preparation namin is an overview of all these visas, pero we will be digging in on a 407 training visa. But if you have some questions about 482, about 186, about 494, or anything about Australian visa, you can put your question in the comment box and then I'm going to read them later on. And then in the next weeks coming, we will be inserting a new segment in the program. Dun po sa segment na yon, babasa po ako nung mga mahabang email na natatanggap ko on a daily basis. Pero pipili lang po ako ng isa ha. Kasi yung iba, sumusulat sa akin, napaka-detailed nung kanilang kwento, although hindi ko pa naman sila kliyente, napaka-detailed nung kanilang kwento, and I think if I'm going to read it during the program and answer the letter in the program, I think other people will benefit as well. So, pipili lang po ako, hindi ko po kayang gawin lahat, no? Pipili lang ako kung sino yung may pinakamaganda and kung sino yung mas interesting at yung may maraming makikinabang tungkol doon sa inyong tungkol doon sa inyong tungkol sa inyong sulat, no? Okay, lakasan ko daw yung volume. Okay. So, I think yes, now malakas na kaya. I think that should be okay. Let me know, Carl, if okay. Now, okay, so let's start with our pabate. Thank you very much sa mga bumabate. Okay, Lector. Hi, attorney. Mahina lang po ang audio. Oh, sorry, Lector, ngayon ko lang nabasa na mahina pala. Hindi po kayo marinig. Ay, sorry. Nako. Sorry. Sorry, hindi daw marinig. Okay, so is this okay now? Ayan na. Okay na. Okay, so nako, na-miss niyo yung mga sinabi ko. Again, sabi ko gagawa po kami ng bagong segment sa aming program. Babasa po ako nung email o sulat sa akin ng mga hindi ko pa naman po kliyente pero nag-i-inquire at mukhang problematic po sila do sa kanilang mga sulat na kailangan ng sagot. So, pipili lang po ako ng isa every week. And then, just like what I've said, I think if I'm going to read the letter here in the program and then answer all those concerns in the program, I think instead of benefiting one person, it will benefit other people as well na merong parehong concerns o merong parehong parehong problema, no? Okay, so let's start with our topic, no? So medyo late na tayo. Okay. So, ako, pasensya na. Ang hirap talaga pagka working from home. Okay. Ito na naman ako. Okay na po ang audio. Okay, so okay na daw. So, I hope everything is okay. So, I'll continue on. Okay. So, thank you very much. So, I'll continue on and just keep on basing kung merong issue. Now, what's new and what's going on in the world around us, no? It's 2022 and maraming mga balita pa rin pero sa dami ng 'yan, usually yung mga projections ang madidinig nyo ngayon, no? What's the projection for Australian migrants and for Australian visa applications? So, ano yung mga changes na pwedeng mangyari? So sa dami ng mga changes na 'yon, siguro it's okay for me to mention that Australian borders are open, no? So nag-open na ng December 15 ang Australia. Pero just like what I've been saying, selected lang po yung nakakapasok. But the good thing about this is yung mga student visa holders, naku marami na pong nakapasok sa kanila. So nakakatuwa kasi I have about six student visa holders who are able to come in Australia. Others went to Victoria because they're studying there and four of them came here in Queensland. Kaya lang mga naka-quarantine pa sila because there's a mandatory 14 days quarantine in Queensland. So kaya siguro 2 weeks pa and then makakalabas na sila para umpisahan nila yung kanilang pag-aaral. And then, planning level for 2022 and 2023, saan papunta ang migration program. Now, we're not expecting big change this year, mainly because the threats are still here. Pero ang nakikita naming mga pagbabago and real change will really be happening mid-year pa. Yung talagang open na as long as ma-determine kung anong epekto nitong Omicron at kung ano-ano pang variants na lalabas. And hopefully wala na at mataas na yung natin mataas na yung vaccination rate natin. So, but just the same, those people working in the medical, in the sciences and engineering will probably be prioritized. Now, the hospitality area I think, will be very, very active and there will be a lot of needs in that area as well. Also, the 485 replacement visa. So, kung natatandaan nyo, nung lumabas po yung COVID, maraming pinauwi o maraming in-encourage yung government na umuwi na lang muna sila. And some of them were 485 visa holders, no? So, meron sana silang right to stay in Australia, but because of COVID, they were forced to actually go home. And then dahil they went home, na-expire yung mga visa nila. So, nung na-expire yung mga visa nila, eh, sayang, no? Yun yung unang panghihinayang nila kasi that's the only time that they can work and then at least recover the investment they made and then get and upgrade their skills and qualifications by having work experience in Australia. So now, what Australia is doing is to put a replacement for that 485 visa. So kaya po yung mga umuwi na-expire ng kanilang 485, pwede po kayong mag-apply for a replacement ng 485 visa. But there are qualifications po hindi lahat pwedeng mag-apply dun sa 485 replacement na yon. So kailangan meron po kayong visa and you've held the temporary graduate visa that expired on or before February 1st of 2020 and that you've been outside Australia at any time between February 1, 2020 up to the 1st of December 2021. Okay? So, yun po yung ano. But we're going to take up the replacement 485 visa pagka lumabas na yan kasi hindi pa rin po naman lumalabas yung eksaktong patakaran tungkol dyan, no? So they're thinking that it's going to happen in mid-year of 2022. Okay, so now I think this has been very very controversial this week, ano, and last week si si Djokovic. Actually, Djokovic is a very good tennis player. I like him playing. Apart from Federer and Nadal. So, fan ako ng Australian Open. So, I'm really watching um, the course of this Djokovic saga sa ating migration. Now, for those of you who did not really follow the story of Novak, si Novak po dumating sa Australia holding a Subclass 408 visa, no? So yung 408 visa hindi lang yan COVID visa, no, na alam natin ngayon. Just like what I've been explaining, 408 visa can all go different streams. So I think there are about 11 streams, pero 8 or 11 streams, and then yung COVID lang yung medyo naging popular para sa mga onshore. So he came on a 408 visa and nagkaroon ng issue kasi unvaccinated si Novak, no? And then sabi nila, aba bakit yung unvaccinated papayagan na maglaro samantalang yung mga Australians na unvaccinated, they're not even allowed to watch the game, no? So nagkaroon ng mga issue doon. But then after all of those news, Novak of course appealed kasi kinancel yung kanyang visa nung siya ay nandoon sa immigration, no? So hindi siya binigyan ng immigration clearance and then he was canceled a visa to enter Australia. Okay, of course being Novak, he would not take it easily. So he actually make a complaint, no? So the federal court issued a decision already. So the reason why I am mentioning this is because of the understanding that we should have about procedural fairness. Kasi napaka-importante po noon sa pag-apply ng visa. When you're not given procedural fairness, kahit na may substance yung sinasabi mo, you still win it. No? And that's what happened to Novak. Kasi sabi sa kanya, I think early in the morning, he was told that he's given 3 hours to make any comments on the allegation and the notice of intention to cancel. No, so I think he was given up to 8:30 in the morning to make comments. But then they decided, no, the immigration decided before the 8:30 hour. No, so In other words, hindi niya nakuha yung 3 hours niya. So he did not get the legal advice, the legal opinion in order to make a really good case to answer the notice of intention to cancel. No? So with that, sabi ng federal court, no, had he been given that hour, kasi sinabihan siya that you have until 8:30 to make comments or to answer the NOIC or the NOICC, then the immigration or the department would be in the right position to actually cancel the visa. Okay? So that's what happened, no? So yung procedural fairness is very important in the process. Siguro sa inyo din, kapag ka nagkaroon kayo ng mga ganyang issue, kahit na nagka-calm down na lang sa technicality, nawawala na yung substance, eh, pwede pa rin manalo, no, sa federal court. But anyway, okay, so those are the news that we have. Now going back to our issue, going back to our topic, I can see some questions coming up now. I'm going to read it a little bit later. So with employer-sponsored visa application, this is really in now. So this is the kind of visa that you should be entertaining at this point in time, especially kung napakatagal ng mga invitations at kung napakapamili ng mga states to give you an invitation. No? Okay, so there are 4 ways in order for you to obtain an employer-sponsored visa. So nandiyan ang Subclass 407, the training visa. And then, nandiyan din ang Subclass 482, the TSS visa, the temporary short skill visa, or shortage visa. And then, nandiyan rin yung 186 employer-nominated visa. And then, the Subclass 494, the skilled employer-sponsored visa. So, what is the difference? No? What are the differences among all these things? No? So, training visa is a visa na pwede nyong makuha kung kayo ay merong employer na pumapayag din na bigyan kayo ng training. Okay? So, itong training visa na to, maganda to para sa mga newly graduate na meron ng experience, at least 1 year work experience. So, pwede yan. Kasi yung iba kulang pa eh, di ba? Yung 482 kasi that requires at least 2 years work experience. Ngayon, kung 1 year pa lang yung work experience mo, pero meron kang qualification at meron ka ng skill, so I think you could go on a 407 visa. No, pero just like what I've said, this is a training visa, this is a temporary visa, but you can claim the years of working under 407 visa towards the work experience requirement under 482. Okay? Now, with the 482, nandyan din yung TSS, Temporary Skill Shortage Visa. So, I think marami na dito ang nakakaalam, no? Kasi marami namang Pilipino under 482, no? But the 482 visa has different streams, no? So, it has short-term stream and it has a medium-term stream. And then, meron din yung tinatawag na labor agreement, no? So, again, sabi ko, we're going to dig deeper into 482 visa next week, no? Unahin lang natin yung 407. But this is just a general view of all the employer sponsored visa. So, ang importante, laging may employer dito sa 4 na ito, no? May involved na employer. With the 482, there are requirements there that you need to meet, like the 2 years full-time work experience. And for some people, it could be good kasi that can lead to permanent residency under 186. So, dun sa 186, yung third, that's a permanent visa. No? A permanent visa yan, which is good. It also has 3 streams. So, merong direct entry. Kung meron ka ng 3 years full-time work experience, you can go under direct entry, but you need to have skills assessment. Or, kung hindi ka naman pwede dun sa direct entry, you can also go to the TRT, yung Temporary Residence Transition. Ibig sabihin, nagtrabaho ka na doon sa iyong employer under 482, and then you can move to TRT. So, yun yung PR naman. And then yung iba naman na naka-labor agreement, no? Like yung karamihan sa mga labor agreement, wala yung kanilang occupation sa MLTSSL at saka STSOL, no? Sila yung mga special people na humahawak ng 482 visa. Sometimes yung iba sa kanila, naka 457 pa. Yeah, after 3 years of working under your sponsoring employer, you can get your PR by again asking them to give you the nomination and then you making an application. And then another one is the 494, the Skilled Employer Sponsored Visa. This is for the regional area. So if you can't find any job in the metropolitan area, pero meron kayong employer dun sa regional area, so this is your way to go, no? Kasi unlike other employer-sponsored visa, this will just have to go through the regional certifying body, no? And normally, mabilis ang proseso ng 494, no? So, depende kung saan kayo papunta ulit, no? But at least you have a general view of everything. Just like what I've said, we are going to tackle each week ng deeper, ng more detailed kasi mahirap pagsamasamahin ngayon, baka malito kayo. At least ako kung saan nyo dalhin naiintindihan ko. Kaya lang my purpose really is for you to understand all these things, no? Okay, just like what I've said, let's go to training visa. So, training visa, just like all of the employer-sponsored visa, except of course the 494, there are 3 parts, no, that you have to go through. The first part would be sponsorship part, and second part is the nomination, and then third is the visa application part. So with the sponsorship, say for example, for 407, you need an employer. They need to be approved to be a sponsor. They need to show the immigration that they are legally and actively operating their business in Australia. And apart from that, they will have to show their business records and they should show their capacity to actually train someone and to give them the remuneration that they need. No? Now, with the nomination, this is also employer's documents. But in the nomination part of the application, the employer needs to show that the terms and conditions being offered to the applicant or to the employee are all in accordance with the Australian laws, no? So, unang-una, ano ba yung occupation na ino-nominate? Nasa listahan ba yun ng 407? And then, yung terms and conditions bang binibigay sa inyo ay fair at ito ba ay umaayon doon sa 407 requirements. And then of course, on the side of the applicant, yung visa application, yun na yung kayo. Kayo na yun, no? So pagdating sa inyo, tinitingnan of course yung qualification. Okay, that's very important, no? So, qualification nyo. Qualified ba kayo para dun sa nominated occupation? Like, for example, engineer. So, kung ikaw ay engineer, so dapat nakatapos ka ng iyong pag-aaral bilang engineer. And, nagkaroon ka ba ng skills? So, again, yung question ng skills, hindi ibig sabihin na newly graduate ka, wala kang skills, no? At least, ang kailangan sa 407 is 1 year full-time work experience. Okay? So, importante yun. Kasi kung kulang sa 12 months yung experience mo, tapos gusto mong mag-407, baka hindi ma-approve yun. Baka yun ay ma-refuse. And of course, that work experience that we're talking about should have occurred in the last 2 years. Hindi yung experience mo noon pa, tapos ngayon ka magte-training. Okay? And then, so, ang tinitingnan dito yung fresh na na work experience nyo. And in line, of course, with the occupation. Okay. So, now, what are the requirements for 407? So, for 407, you must have completed your studies. No? So, just like what I've said, kung ikaw ay naka-student visa before and then nagkaroon ng 485, that means you have completed your program, you have completed your studies, and meron kang qualification. And just like what I've said, you need to have a minimum of 12 months full-time work experience. So full-time yan na, not less than 35 hours. So kung nagtrabaho kayo ng 20 hours, hindi po pwede yon, no? Pwede yun sa skilled migration, yung 20 hours a week. Pero pagka dito sa 407, 35 plus, no? Full-time yan, hindi pwedeng part-time lang o pro rata. And that experience must be in the nominated occupation for the last 2 years. Okay? So, kung halimbawa ikaw ay chef, no? So, dapat katatapos mo lang din nung ano mo, nung in terms of work experience, dapat yung work experience mo is current, no? Hindi pwede yung luma, and full-time dapat, no? And then just like any other temporary visa, ito yung medyo mahirap sa 407 is you have to meet the GTE criteria. No, I always say kapag ka temporary visa, there is always a GTE, yung genuine temporary entrance. Even if you are, thinking ahead and saying, okay, gagamitin ko na makakuha sana ng 407 para maging PR. That's you planning your career. That's you planning your migration goal. But when you make an application for 407, you have to stick to the fact that this is a temporary visa, and you have to prove to the immigration that you're staying in Australia on a temporary basis, not on a permanent basis. Okay? The good news is with the 407 visa, it only requires functional English. Okay? So, kaya mapapansin nyo, maraming naka 407 na mga cooks, no? O kaya mga chef. So, marami din yan. Pero marami rin na mga engineers ang nakalagay sa 407. O kaya yung mga fitness people. And third important thing in 407 training visa is the training plan. Okay? So, training plan is very important. So, dito, yung employer mo, kasi nga sabi ko, you will be getting a training from your employer. So, yung employer mo, they must have people of qualification that can supervise you, that can train you during the 12 months or during the 24 months. No? So, yung training visa, you can get that for 12 months o kaya naman 24 months. Depende dun sa pangangailangan mo. Halimbawa, ikaw ay cook na sa Philippines, so medyo maganda na yung skills mo sa pagluluto, hindi naman tama na humingi ka pa ng another 2 years. So what else are you going to learn, no? Because that needs to be justified in the training plan. Or kung ikaw ay newly graduate na engineer, and you know yung complexities ng civil engineering, so maybe you can justify that you need 2 years training dahil mahaba pa rin naman talaga yung training. Doon sa mga medical professionals like physiotherapists, so pwede rin makakuha ng 2 years kasi ma-justify nila. Especially nga kung yung kanilang experience before getting the training visa is very short. Like when I say short, at least minimum of 1 year, because that is the requirement. Okay, so that training plan is very important. And usually, what we do there is we interview the employer and we interview the applicant and ask the employer what are the things that you can teach this person, what are the things that you can train this person, and then yung applicant naman, titingnan namin ano yung skills niya, ano yung kulang sa kanya, at ano yung gusto ng employer na maging siya. So, para nang sa ganun, ma-close yung gap by doing the training plan. So, para nang sa ganun, ito ang kailangan niya, ito yung maibibigay niya, but at the end of this, yung employer naman, ito yung gusto kong maging siya, and then ito yung dapat niyang gawin o dapat niyang magawa, no? So ganoon yung training plan. That's why it's important na maayos yung training plan. Okay, so I can see that there are some questions now, but I'm going to finish this last one before I go to question and answer. To question and answer. Okay, now with the training visa, what are the benefits? The benefits of training visa is one, you can get a work experience that is Australian standard, and with the benefit of getting an Australian supervisor. Okay. So, yun yung sa mga kliyente namin, that is one thing that they really value out of the training visa. Kasi without the training visa, they will not have the vast opportunity and the huge opportunity to actually practice what they learned, no? And may bayad, no? Sumusweldo sila. And doon naman sa part ng mga employer, they're really happy to actually share, to pass on, to transfer whatever they can transfer, no? Dun sa kanilang mga trainees, no? So that's one. And yung mga bagay na yun, hindi yun makukuha sa eskwelahan, no? Kukuha talaga yan sa practice. And also, good thing about 407 is, again, just like what I've said, you can use that work experience towards the work experience requirement for 482 or later on for PR. Now, I say or later on for PR, hindi lahat ng PR visa will actually consider the 407 training work experience, okay? So the best pathway for 407 is you go for 482 once you completed the 2 years, because that is qualified. As long as binigyan kayo ng tamang sweldo, binigyan kayo ng tamang oras, at lahat ng ginagawa nyo ay para makuha yung kompletong complexities of skills that you need to be doing as that particular person in that particular occupation. Okay? Now, the costs of this, now, hindi po mahal ang training visa, although I'm hearing na maraming galing sa Philippines na talaga namang nakatali sila at halos wala nang sinusweldo. Hindi po mahal ang training visa. In fact, the sponsorship and the nomination part could be paid by the sponsoring employer, no? For sponsorship, it's only 420. And for the nomination, I think it's only 170. And then for application, it's only $370. That's just the fees going to the immigration. I think the professional fee is a lot more than that, mainly because there's a lot of things to be done in the sponsorship. There's a lot of things to be done in the nomination side and even in the application. Okay, so kaya medyo mahal ang bayad sa professional fees dyan. And apart from that, of course, you will need someone to write a very good training plan for you. Okay, now tips for a good 407 training visa application. The first one is that you have to keep in mind that this is a temporary visa and be on watch on the genuine temporary entrant. Okay, so you really have to think about what sort of 407 visa you're applying for, because there are different streams with 407 visa. Which one is good for you? And then understand exactly what you are here for, and understand the training that you need, understand the skills that you need to obtain, and understand the employer's sharing of information to you and sharing of training to you. And then, of course, as I've said, training plan is very important. So please, when you do a 407 training visa, don't just say, okay, anybody can write the training plan. No, because that's the core of your application. Ask for a professional to write a training plan for your company and for yourself. Okay, so because most of the application for 407 are refused because of a poor training plan. Okay, so that's it for 407. So next week, we're going to do the 482 and 186, but I'm going to entertain questions in any of those visa now, okay? So I think we have a lot of questions here. Let's see. Okay, so everything is okay. Andito si Susette, and then Maricar Medina. Maricar, nabalik ka sa amin. We missed you before the Christmas holidays. And Merry Christmas to everyone. And belated Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year. And hopefully we have a very good 2022. Okay, so Bonito. Bonito. I'm not going to read your complete name ha, parang mahaba at parang maraming letrang nagsama-sama doon. Okay, so let's do this. Hello, ma'am. Gusto po kami sponsoran ng employer namin. Humihingi 2 years na po kami sa poultry farm nila dito sa Australia. At yung visa namin is international student visa. Ma-approve po kaya na ma-sponsoran sa 482 po kahit na walang experience way back sa Pinas at walang degree o diploma na fit sa poultry farming po, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, now with poultry farming, pa-identify sa amin ano yung occupation na ino-nominate kayo because this is usually the problem with the farming and agricultural areas. They always want to sponsor someone without really being able to specify ano bang position ang meron sila at kasama ba yan dun sa listahan for 482. Now, yun yung una, no? Occupation. Ano ang occupation na gustong ibigay sa iyo ng employer mo sa poultry farm? And then second is kung sinabi na nila sa iyo yung occupation, then that's good. Kung hindi naman nila masabi, then you will have to ask for the scope. Ano ba yung scope? Para nang sa ganun, malaman natin kung saan ka papunta. Kasi maraming mga task yan. So, para ma-match ka o ma-pair ka sa kung ano mang occupation yon. And then sabi mo, humingi ng 2 years. Yeah. At kahit walang experience way back sa Philippines. Kung meron ka namang experience dito, yung dito ang gamitin mo. Kaya lang kung naka-international student ka, then that is a challenge because kapag ka nasa international student visa holder ka, that means you can't work full-time. Therefore, you can't use your experience here. So, pwede kang bumalik dun sa experience mo sa Philippines kung yun naman ay nagawa mo at kung yun naman ay 3 years. Right? So, ngayon, ang question dyan is whether or not yung ginagawa mo sa Philippines ay na-meet yung skill set na kailangan para sa Australia kasi wala kang qualification. No? Sa 482 naman, hindi kailangan ng qualification. Work experience yun. Like, for example, yung mga fishermen natin, wala namang mga diplomas yun, wala namang mga certificate. But they have the work experience. That's why they are here, no? On 482 visa. Yung mga butchers natin, wala naman silang experience o wala naman silang mga diploma, certificate sa butchery or uh, sa abattoir, but they are here mainly because they have shown that they have at least 3 years work experience in that particular occupation. So, bibigyan ko lang ng a little bit of explanation yung 482 requirements na 2 years at saka yung 3 years requirement sa ibang bagay. Yung 482 po sa visa application yon, no? Pero karaniwan ng mga employers, especially sa mga trades na ganito, yan sa mga agricultural farm at saka sa yan nga yung mga butchery, fisherman, they do ask for 3 years work experience kasi pinapa-approve po 'yon para maging equivalent ng certificate 3. No, kaya yung proseso kung I don't know if you know this, but yung process, like for example, bibigay kong example yung sa mga butchers kasi I have a lot of butcher clients and fishermen. So usually, kumukuha sila ng training sa Philippines, but that's just a training to actually get the confidence. But they still have to have the 3 years work experience kasi yung nag-a-assess sa kanila, pag pumasa sila dun sa assessment, sinucertify sila na yung skills nila is equivalent to Certificate 3. That's okay for the purposes of 482. Okay? So, kaya may mga technicalities yan. And also, depende dun sa pupuntahan mong visa. Like, for example, labor agreement. Pagka pumasok ka sa labor agreement, and most of the agricultural occupations will be in the labor agreement, it will be superseded. Yung 2 years work experience requirement will be superseded by the labor agreement. Agreement ng employer at saka ng immigration. So, wag po kayong malilito doon. Kaya pag sinabi sa inyo, kailangan mo ng 3 years, baka naka-labor agreement yon. That's why 3 years yung hinihingi. or hindi mo kailangan ng qualification. So it depends. So hindi straightforward ang 482, ha. Okay. So I hope I answered your question, ha. So siguro ang pinakamaganda sa iyo, Bonito, ay alamin mo muna yung mga documents na meron ka nung ikaw ay nagtatrabaho sa Philippines. How extensive is that? Okay? And makakabigay ba nung mga ganoon yung ano mo, yung mga pinagtrabahuhan mo noon para magamit mo ngayon. Okay? Pero it will be difficult to get to justify kung gagamitin mo yung Australian experience mo doing the poultry farming here for 482 kasi nga being on a student visa, baka hindi mo ma-meet yung full-time. Unless na ikaw ay binigyan ng concession sa COVID na nakapagtrabaho ng full-time. So, it's also important for you to keep the records that you have, especially your payslips. No? Okay, so go Figueroa Mark, do we have sponsors visa for aged care workers like AIN, Queensland State? I don't think it's in Queensland. Yeah. Queensland, yes, nasa DAMA. No, you have to check the DAMA list. Okay? Now, if you're going to consult with me, then I will give you the list for DAMA and all the possible employers for DAMA. Okay. Salamat po and more power. Okay. What else? What other questions? Thank you very much for everyone calling out to their friends to listen to this. Maraming salamat. Okay, watching from Santa Mesa, Manila, Marisa del Rosario, Angel Isla, yung completed studies okay lang po, mga certificate and diploma. Angel, I'm not really sure if I understand the question. Yung completed studies okay lang po ba? Mga certificates and diploma. I'm not sure where the question is going. Pero kung may certificate ka at merong diploma, ibig sabihin completed mo yung studies mo. 'Di ba? Kasi ina-award lang yung qualification na ganoon kapag ka finish mo or completed mo yung program mo o yung pag-aaral mo. Now, don't be confused ha. Sa atin kasi lahat ng qualification certificate ang tawag natin diploma. No, dito hindi. Yung diploma ibig sabihin it's a educational program higher than certificate 4. So the next one and then you have the advanced diploma. Ang tawag po natin dito sa Australia, dun sa diploma na tinatawag natin sa Philippines ay qualification certificate. Okay? So don't be confused. Or sometimes sa university, ang tawag nila ay parchment paper. Okay? Like PAMSAM, 2 wins. Hi, attorneys. Sa renewal po ng 482, ay, nawala. Sorry, natabunan ka. Ay. Okay. So, hi, attorneys. Sa renewal po, nawala na naman. Sandali lang po. Sa renewal po ng 482 visa medium stream po at isasama na sa application ang family, paano po kung magka-problem medical ng isa sa family ng main applicant? Maapektuhan ba renewal application ng main applicant? Salamat po. Okay, anong problema sa medical? No? Because contemporary visa 482, it's quite lenient, no? Pwedeng ipa-waive. Ang problema pagka PR, no? Kung halimbawa, ano ba mga sakit? Like, developmental delay sa bata or sakit sa kidney. Although mga red flag yun, na-waive yung mga yon. Mainly because meron kasing insurance yung mga 482 eh. Oo. Pero pagka pumunta na sa PR, that's where the problem starts. No? Kasi normally, hindi nabibigyan ng visa. Unless that na inappeal mo and normally sa tribunal, hindi pinapayagan. May mga autism yung sa mga bata. Normally, hindi pinapayagan din yun na kung na-refuse sa department, most likely it will be refused sa tribunal. And if you bring it to the federal court, most likely it will also be refused. Kaya what most of the lawyers are doing is to bring it to ministerial intervention. So you will have to ask the minister to intervene because this is out of the laws na meron tayo. Only the minister can actually exercise that power. But it's not an easy run, ano? Kaya mapapansin nyo dun sa iba, they go campaign on TV and ano yung kahalagahan ng pamilya na yun sa community and anong mangyayari sa bata if the child is suddenly pulled out from Australia, meron pa bang future yung bata. And then of course you have to get the support of the community as well. So yeah, in those instances, yeah, sa PR medyo mahirap. Pero pagka temporary visa, yeah, may mga waivers, and then of course the insurance will play a part in this one. Okay, so yeah, kaya yung iba minsan renewal ng 482 mainly because of the issue with the medical. But for me, give it a go because baka pwede o depende of course sa medical assessment. So at the end of the day, you need to get the medical assessment. Okay, ma'am, are you processing prospective fiancé visa for Australia? Salamat po. Yes, we do that. Fiancé or prospective partner visa, all those things, yeah. We have a lot of clients and our clients are very happy with our services for that particular visa subclass. Yeah. And get an appointment with me or consultation with me to know first kung ano yung mga kailangan and kung pwede ba o hindi. Kasi baka naman hindi pwede. It's better to know it now and then make a preparation so that hindi nag-aaksaya ng panahon. Yep. What else? Sandali naghahang ang ating ano. Hello po sa lahat. Good evening po and Happy New Year everyone. Thank you, Ruth. Edna Bombita, watching from Sorsogon, Bicol region. Oh, thank you very much from Bicol. Just asking po, attorney, if may age limit po ang pag-apply ng student visa. Thank you po. Actually, walang limit ang pag-apply ng student visa, but it has to be at least consistent with what you want to take and your age, no? Dun sa primary at secondary, doon merong limit na ibinibigay yung secondary, no? Especially kung 20 years old ka na, tapos gusto mo mag-year 10, they normally do not allow that. Pero pag sa visa processing, syempre, walang limit yan. Like for example, PhD student ka, then you can go kahit na 50 years old ka, you can come to study PhD or masters or whatever. No, but the question there really is why are you wanting to get a student visa and come to Australia to study? Okay, baka meron kang underlying reasons dyan. Siguro mas maiging ipacheck mo on a one-on-one basis. Okay? Yeah, magandang gabi po, attorney from Doncaster, Melbourne. Hi, Nels. Salamat sa mga taga Doncaster, Melbourne. You are always around every time we have the live. Jana Azahar, good evening po. Few questions lang po sa training visa. One, I graduated 2018 po and it's been 3 years and my 2-year experience na po ako. Eligible pa din po ba ako kahit na ako ay hindi na recent graduate? Okay, the answer to first question is yes. And then number 2, if yung training po na gusto kong makuha is 50% aligned lang po sa work experience ko, pasok po ba yan sa 12-month requirement ng 407? Thank you po and God bless. Now, we will have to see if it is highly relevant, or closely related. Now, kung closely related yung training mo dun sa iyong qualification and yung ginagawa mo ay relevant, although not highly relevant, and that is where the training would come in. So, kaya kailangang ma-design on. So, pa-check mo sa amin on individual basis kasi marami ng details yan. But I'm thinking, yes, it's okay. Okay, so, attorney, kumusta na ang agricultural visa? Ano ang bago? Ay, naku, oo nga. Ano nga ang bago sa agricultural visa? It's very frustrating actually with this agricultural visa because there's so much politics involved. with that. Meaning to say, the government was very quick in announcing that without really even looking at all the details involved and without really consulting all the stakeholders and all the other communities involved. And that's where the problem is. It was specified in the legislation to get a 403 visa, but then after that, there's no implementing procedures. It's mainly because there are so many talks going on. The labor union seem to be not agreeing with the agricultural visa per se, unless all the issues are ironed out. Our bilateral agreements are not really going so well. So maraming mga bagay ang dapat i-consider. And of course, ang pinaka-importante rito for the embassies and consulate is for participating countries, especially Southeast Asia kasi ngayon ang peak ng Australia. And for us Philippines, ang pinaka-priority rito is for the agricultural visa not to be used to exploit Filipinos. Alam naman natin yung mga Pilipino, basta makarating sa Australia, may Australian dollar, hindi mo na naiisip at minsan the tendency for us is to close our eyes to abuses and exploitation na kailangan pagtiisan natin. So for that not to happen, at least there must be some measures in place before agricultural visa takes off. Okay, so wala pa tayong balita. So medyo bleak yung doon, yung area na yon. But hopefully things can get ironed out and can be resolved. So hopefully bilateral agreements will be, continuing and considering all these things for that to take off. But you will hear from us, no? Ngayon lang ayaw naming magsabi sa agricultural visa because there's so many interest, there's so much interest with that, and natatakot kami na baka ibinebenta na sa Philippines yung agricultural visa na hindi pa naman talaga nangyayari and baka magkaroon pa ng mga scamming and all those things. So kayong mga nakikinig dito sa amin, pag may naririnig kayo dun sa labas and people are, collecting money and saying that this visa or someone is organizing for this and that, please check with us first, no? Because we don't want any Filipino to be scammed by Eco-Filipino. Okay, that's it. Okay, so hopefully we are about to end and what else? Salamat regarding for sa pag-discuss kanina. At Corny, good evening watching from Sultan Kudarat, Philippines. Hi, welcome mga taga Sultan Kudarat. Maraming salamat for listening tonight. Public school teacher here, what visa do I have to apply? I'm planning to migrate there in Australia. Kung public school teacher ka, pwede ang mga teachers sa Australia, but you have to get the 7887 IELTS. Okay, once you've done that, you be good to go, okay? But that one first, that's the biggest challenge, okay? And Happy New Year. Tanong ko lang po, paano after 482 visa, medium stream, at ayaw ng employer mag-nominate for PR? What will be the other option to get PR? Okay, pag ayaw ng employer mag-nominate sa inyo, you can probably go direct entry. Under 186 pa rin, pero direct entry. Or you will have to go through 189, 190, or 491. Yung skilled migration sa point system. Pwede yun. Or 494 kung ikaw ay nasa regional area. We are going to discuss all those things. Ma'am, how many months or years? Okay, tatapusin natin ha. Okay, 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, we're going to end or wrap up. Ma'am, how many months or years to process fiancé visa? We are on LDR relationship for 22 months but never met in person since due to pandemic. He owned a business. Okay, now if you are going for a fiancé visa, you will not be eligible unless you meet your boyfriend in person. Okay? So, puningning, hindi pwede yung internet at virtual ha pagka fiancé. Kailangan pupunta siya diyan kung nasaan ka man o ikaw pupunta ka dito. Pero pag ikaw na yung pumunta rito, no use na yung fiancé. So, you might as well go straight to partner visa. Pero pag fiancé o prospective, kailangan nag-meet kayo in person. Hindi tatanggapin yung virtual meeting lang. Okay? So, hindi ka pa eligible. Kailangan siya pumunta diyan. Pwede namang lumabas ang mga Australian citizen para i-meet ka. Okay? At para ipakita ang pagmamahal sa iyo. At para makilala rin ang mga kamag-anak mo. Importante iyon. Makita ang buhay nyo bago bago ikaw yung makapunta rito. Okay? So, importante yun sa relationship. Right. Okay. So, good evening, attorney watching from Bacolod City. God bless everyone. Okay. So, meron tayo sa Bacolod, meron sa Sultan Kudarat. Marami tayo ngayong viewers. Okay. So, I think I've answered all the questions that you have. Again, if you have something there that you really, really want to pour out, you can send an email to me, and then I'll pick every week a very good email or letter and answer that email. So, isa lang na email o liham ang pipiliin ko out of the many emails that we are receiving. And also, if you want to get a consultation with me, you can always email admin@auspacvisa.com.au. We do have a 40 minutes consultation, but that's not free, unfortunately. I'm giving a lot of free information and advices through the Visa Mo Sagot Ko and all the other forums that I am an administrator. Okay? And yeah, like and share our Facebook page so that you are always updated, and all our videos, instructional and all the other things are also in our YouTube, Auspac Visa YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Next week, we are going to dig deep on the 482 TSS visa because that's huge. So I think we have the 30 minutes for the 482 visa. So if you have any more questions, you can come back next week and I'll see you next week. Okay, so maraming salamat po. Good night. Bye.